So, just another horrible experience. So, my coworker comes to get me from work to go to work. And, okay, so she comes to get me from work. And I was starting to vlog before I knew that she was outside. But she comes to get me. Oh, by the way, I no longer work here. And I'll tell you why. So she comes to get me, and I'm like, okay, like I was saying, I know that I'm going to be late now because she told me she was coming at one time, she's coming another time, and of course she's going to be just fine because she has already, she has, the reason, like I said, is because she's been interviewing or whatever she's been doing all day. So she's going to be just fine. So as oh Lord. So what ends up happening, she picks me up and I'm thinking to myself, she's going like way out of the way. She's not even getting on the interstate. She's taking the road. She's taking the street to go wherever it is that she needs to go. And supposedly I'm thinking we're going to work. So I'm asking her after a little bit, hey, is this just, are you taking a back road to work or something? Now keep in mind, when we take the interstate, work is like 30 minutes away. So I'm thinking, why would somebody take the street to work? And we're like going the opposite direction. I have no idea why. I have no idea why this is happening. So, I asked her, what is going on? Are you taking the back road to work or something? She says to me, oh, I thought the address was such and such. I just put it in the GPS because I only live like 10 minutes away. So I didn't, I don't usually use the GPS. And I was like, no, the address is such and such and such and such. And she was like, oh. So then she puts it into the system. And then she says that there's an accident or something, so it's going to take us longer. So to me, like I said earlier today, I don't think she had any intention at all of being on time. And of course, she doesn't care because she's going to, she has another job that she's going to. And she has transportation. This was all that I had. This was it for me. Period. And then it makes the manager look bad because he gave me the $10 to get to work. And let me tell you the whole thing. So when we in the car going in the wrong direction, then she says that there's an accident. I didn't see any accident on the thing, but she said there's an accident. And it wasn't. It's just regular traffic. So I don't know what she's talking about. So she's saying we're going to be... Then she calls them to tell them that we're going to be late. And then I'm just like, I'm going to see what I can work out as far as as far as getting the extra $6 that I need to get the weekly pass. So what ends up happening is that when I get to work, the manager says to me, because I stopped to go to the bathroom, she went straight, and I don't know what was said, but the manager says, oh, if this is when you got hired, you said you had reliable transportation. If you getting to work is going to make somebody else late, then that's not going to work. And I was like, wait a minute, because my ears are hearing, okay, this person has stated that they were late to work because of me, which I kind of had a feeling was going to be the assumption or what was going to be said because, wow, just a mess. So, yeah. So, pretty much crazy. Anyhow, so so I'm like, wait a minute. I said I didn't know that this was a problem. I asked her this morning, was it okay? Because because she offered to give me a ride. I did not request it, solicit it, ask for it, whatever. And so then she was just like, well, I thought it was 10 minutes away or whatever like that, because something. And, I didn't know. And then she was like, oh, it's my fault because I didn't blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, well, if it's going to be a problem, that's okay. My goal was to come in and see, to see what I could do to get the other $6 to, be able to get to and from work. So what he says is, well, you go ahead and go in, talking to her. And then he says, and she didn't come either, but it's so ironic or Friday or whatever. But but then he says to me, I can't even start to be able to express this. But so then what he says to me was, oh, I didn't say that. She didn't say that, I said it. And he basically went there on to terminate me because he says, oh, if there's a problem, typically when there's a problem and it's personal and whatever like that, it's not going to work. And I'm just like, I did have reliable transportation. It was unfortunate. I got robbed. My phone got stolen and stuff last week. And so that's what made things change. So I just need to make it. $6 is the difference of me making it until Monday. And so basically, he was just like, well, I don't remember how he said it, but he was just like, you can't work tonight or whatever. And I was like, basically he terminated me. I don't know how he said it. And then I was just like, well, is it possible that I work through just for the night? Because I'm here. I'm here to work. This person gave me a ride here. And now I won't have a ride back. And it's going to take me 3 hours to get home on the bus. So the time that I would have spent being at work, I'm now taking 3 hours to get home. So yeah, so crazy. So basically he was just like, well, use the money that I gave you to get home. That's how the $10 to get home, and that's how he felt about it. So luckily something told me to bring it with me. Luckily I did. Now the conversation on the ride, like I said, she came and got me. It was kind of late. She went way out of the way. I don't know where the hell she was going, but she went somewhere different. And then if I hadn't said anything, she would have continued. As we were driving here, what she says to me is, really, I don't want to go to work, or something to that effect, that really she would prefer to take Uber, and that really she would prefer to take, drive for Uber or whatever, because the people are much more interesting or fun to talk to. They're only in the car for like 15 minutes, and nobody wants to work at that job anyways. So so what I said to her was like, and she was like, I don't think they're going to fire anybody for being late. And I hadn't mentioned anything about that. So I had the feeling that she must have felt or sensed something, which was true. In situations like that, when people feel that you really want the job or whatever, they get a kick out of it. They don't have no problem firing. So, and I said, yeah, that might be true, but this is I'm not going to name the website. This is this type of job. On these types of jobs, there's people that are having hard time finding real jobs for whatever reasons, and so it's a dime a dozen. They push people in and push people out like it's nothing. And if they feel like you're at a disadvantage, they're going to push you out. They don't care about you. Exactly what happened. And I said, that may not happen to her because she has a car, she has whatever, and so forth and so on. But definitely, and that's exactly what happened. And while we're in the car, what I said to her, I said, look, it looks like, this is kind of out of the way. This is way far out of the way. And it even seemed even more so because she took me out of the way. I don't know where the hell she went, but she took me way out of the way somewhere. But then, like I said, even more so. And then I was just like, I had mentioned the $6 for the bus thing. But I was like, let me just ask her, because it doesn't make sense to me if you are taking it upon yourself. And see, these people are creepies. Like, he's gonna say something. I see that. Now, this person has ample time to go, and watch he try to speed up or something when I walk past. But I don't like people like that. So